A single mother household? That's not a good family environment. I know, right? I wouldn't let my son marry someone from such a family. I am currently being hit with such words from my fiance's parents without any hesitation. Not only me, but they also make fun of and belittled by my mother. This kind of family can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. I will make them pay the perfect price and drive them to the end of hell. My name is Ali, 27 years old. My family consists only of my mother. My father died in an accident when I was young. He went to heaven, leaving only me and my mother behind. How could he leave us like that? While I was crying, my mother didn't shed a single tear and always smiled in front of me. My mother worked hard for my sake, and thanks to her, I graduated from Harvard University. Now I work as an employee at a top-tier company and lead a busy daily life. My fiancé, Aston, is 30 years old, 3 years older than me. He relentlessly pursued me, his co-worker, and proposed to me after a year and a half of dating. I thought it was a little early, but I decided to marry him to reassure my mother as soon as possible. And today is the day to visit his parents. Oh, I'm nervous. Do I look weird? It's okay. You worry too much, Ari. But Easton's parents are rich, right? Well, they are just wealthy. My grandfather was apparently amazing and started a successful company, leaving behind a huge fortune. That's right, his parents are what you call wealthy. His father, who inherited the fortune, is now set to live off investments alone. I wonder if it's okay. I only bought souvenirs from a famous place, but I hope they'll like it. It's fine. Just bringing something is meaningful. Geez, I'm really worried about this. For him, it's just a visit to his hometown, so it's quite relaxing. Meanwhile, Ari is so nervous that she feels like her heart is about to jump out of her mouth. It's a marriage proposal, so couldn't he be a little more nervous? As she's irritated by his overly optimistic attitude, a mansion appears before her that she's never seen before. A big house, after all, she muttered under her breath, and he snorted proudly. My grandpa worked hard for it. Anyway, my folks are waiting. Let's go in. Following him, the large entrance opened automatically, and his parents greeted us from inside. Welcome. You must be Ali. Nice to meet you. I'm Easton's mother. Hello, I'm Ali. You are so lovely. Please come on. I'll make some tea now. His mother had a constant smile on her face, which put me at ease. His father was also kind to me. I heard you work in the same company as Easton. That's amazing, a woman working for that company. Thank you. I felt uneasy with the expression, a woman looking for, but I managed to respond, thinking that he was complimenting me. However, as we talked more, that uneasiness grew into something big. Well, deciding to marry Easton takes some guts, Ali. What do you mean? Easton's parents, or should I say we, are wealthy. Normally, you'd feel a bit inferior and hesitant about marrying into such a different class. Don't you think? Oh, haha, maybe that's true. It seemed like his family believed they were somehow special, and they kept insisting on their superiority. Even his mother, who was kind just a moment ago, started revealing her true colors as she spoke. It's true, isn't it? It's not like I came from an extraordinary family, but as you can see, I'm a really beauty. That's why I could catch your father's eye. I see. Aoi, you are amazing to be able to marry Easton with your looks. I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't tell if she was being sarcastic or genuine. I sent a look to him for help, but he didn't seem to care at all. Instead, he joined in with his parents halfway through. Aoi may not be a beauty, but she's good at what she does. I think she'll make a great wife. She's even well respected at work for a woman. She's at least on par with me, right? Is this really the same guy I know? When we're alone, he seems more mature and sweet. Maybe it's just because we're at his parents' place that he's getting carried away. While pondering over these thoughts, I managed to get through the situation with a forced smile. By the way, did Easton go to greet Aoi's parents? He asked his son. Yeah, I did. Don't worry, I did everything properly. Aoi's parents are probably just ordinary people since they are not Easton's parents. Her father passed away when she was young, but her mother is pretty much like any other mother. When he said that, Easton's father's eyebrow twitched. Her father passed away? What do you mean, Aoi? Although surprised by his father's sudden change in demeanor, Aoi managed to explain the situation. My father passed away in an accident when I was young, so my mother raised me by herself. So you mean you come from a single-parent household? Yes, that's right. My mother and I still live together. As soon as Ali finished explaining, Easton's father looked troubled. His mother also made a blatantly disapproving face. Eventually, the two of them began whispering and exchanging glances. Is everything okay? I asked hesitantly, concerned about their attitude. But then, his mother said something outrageous. That's just impossible. Easton, you should give up marrying this girl. Mommy will find you a better girl. Wait, what do you mean? His mother glared at her with icy eyes. Someone who grew up in a single-parent household is not suitable for Easton, right? That's right, Easton. Even if you are capable of working, being from a single-parent household is a deal breaker. We advised you to choose your partner wisely, but you didn't listen. They spoke as if I were a defective product. I couldn't believe that I was being told such things by my future in-laws, whom I just met. I was stunned by their words. To my disbelief, even my fiancé said something that made him doubt my ears. I guess it's a no-go. I was hoping to barely pass, but I'm already 30, and it's too much trouble to start looking for someone else. I'll just settle for Ellie. What's that supposed to mean, Easton? Don't you want to marry me because you love me? No, it's not like that. I just wanted a wife who would take care of everything around the house like a housekeeper. I couldn't possibly fall in love with someone like you who has a bad upbringing. That's right. And even Easton's father nodded and laughed along. I can't believe it. He was the one who I thought really loved me, and I wanted to marry me. I can't keep up with the situation and can't even speak. And then my future in-laws delivered the final blow to my stunned silence. A single-parent family? How audacious of you to think about marrying my son coming from such a poor environment. You are right. We can't allow our son to marry such a poor girl like you. In that moment, my pent-up emotions overflowed. It wasn't just shock. I couldn't suppress the anger at them ridiculing me, my life, and my beloved mother. I quietly looked up and spoke out to them. I understand we don't need to get married. Instead, please leave this place. Not only my future in-laws, but also he was shaken by my words. He asked me hesitantly, What are you talking about, Ari? Why are you suddenly saying such a thing? What? I'm telling you to leave from here. I don't get it. Why do you have to say that to me? His father, who had been listening to our conversation, joined in. You are right. It's not like someone like you from a poor family can tell us to leave. Ari, your attitude is terrible. Not just your upbringing. Who do you think you are? Shut up. I slammed the desk and stood up on impulse. Do you know who land this house is built on? What are you talking about? This is the land my father inherited. Oh, really? Can you show me the proof that this land belongs to you? Evidence? When asked for evidence, his father immediately began to panic. Either he had no idea, or he was talking with his mother's secretary. What's going on? If you owe the land, then you have evidence, don't you? For example, the document you inherited from your grandfather. There is no such thing. My father built this house, and the land has belonged to him ever since. That's why the house was built. Jumping on the bandwagon, his mother also raised her voice. What are you suddenly talking about? You were just a commoner, so what do you know about land? It's rude. That's right, Ali. Stop making strange accusations just because my parents didn't approve of our marriage. It's a waste of time to continue any further, so I decided to inform them of the fact. Since you seem to be unaware, I will tell you that your grandfather had a land lease agreement with my grandfather. What do you say? Perhaps it was a word he had never heard before, but his father titled his head in confusion. I had no choice, so I explained it to them in a way even this foolish family could understand. It was a land lease agreement. It means that we lent the land to you for free, and you promised to return it to us when the agreement ended. Your grandfather simply borrowed this land from my grandfather for a certain period of time. No, I've never heard of such a thing. It's nonsense. Nonsense? That can't be right. I'll let you know that we have the contract and whether it has legal force or not. Easton's father is shaken. What? That can't be true. After all, you are a single mother who lost her father. What does that have to do with anything? My grandfather is my mother's father, and he was a big landowner who leased land all over the place. Thanks to his income, my mother and I have been able to live until now. So much land? Yes, I was studying law in college, so my mother and I double-checked everything. Then, we found out that this place happened to be our land as well. The three of them are silent, their mouths agape. It's unclear whether they understand what's going on, but it doesn't matter. So, could you please leave as soon as possible? The deadline for lending it out for free has long since passed. My mother should have sent a notice of eviction before. A notice of eviction? Wait, Mom? He looks to his wife for a confirmation, but her face turns pale. I noticed we were receiving envelopes every month, but I didn't understand what they were for, so I threw them away. Could those have been? Oh, I'm pretty sure they were. I grinned and chimed in. We've been sending notices for over 2 years now, so what do you want to do? Pay 2 years worth of rent or leave? I'll let you decide. Wait a minute, it's difficult to make such a sudden decision. Sudden? We've been reminding you for a while now. Please give us some time to figure something out. His father got down on his knees and wept. Our stock market investments have been taking huge losses lately, and we have very little assets left. We were counting on Easton for support, but now we are not sure. However, there was no room for leniency anymore. I was willing to settle things peacefully if they apologized for the notice after the marriage proposal was agreed upon, but now that they've insulted my mother, I've had enough. I won't tolerate them freeloading anymore. Upon being rejected, they began to tremble. Easton, who had been the only one calm until now, suddenly changed his tone. Hey, Ari, can't we stop now? I'll marry you, so what? So, let's just forget about this whole thing. If we get married, we can keep everything the way it is, right? Is this guy an idiot? As if I would ever marry a loser like him. I don't need anyone who insults my fiancé along with my parents. Sorry, but it's a no from me. I have no intention of becoming a part of a family with a conceited man like you, and his delusional parents. My words made him almost cry. Wait, Ellie! I gave him a quick glance and left his house. Although it had been a place with many memories, I knew I would never return there again. It's needless to say what happened to them after that. Ari's parents were wealthy and boasted about it, but in reality, there was almost no fortune left. It was obvious when they couldn't pay the 2 years' worth of land rent at once. In the end, they had to sell their grandfather's plowed house and leave that land. Of course, the money they got from selling the house was used to pay off the 2 years' worth of land rent at once. It seems that they lived without changing their standard of living for a while, but their funds quickly ran out. Now the family of 3 lives in a cramped apartment. This incident quickly spread to the company, and he lost his place there. However, his parents rely on Easton's income, so he can't quit the company. Ellie, it's my fault. I leave my parents, and we can live together, just the 2 of us. I don't mind if it's a single-parent household. I'll even take care of your mother. The 3 of us, you, me, and your mom, can live together. What do you say? Occasionally, she receives emails from him, but she never replies. She will never regain her feelings for him or believe his words. She is now being looked at with disdain at the company and talked about behind her back. She hopes he continues to struggle in a harsh environment.